Hi everybody, back again. I'm going to post another lesson, but this time it's going to be a review lesson. I've been grading the 6-pack of questions that I'm sending out, and I'm seeing a little weakness in the area of adding fractions with unlike denominators. Okay, so I'm going to do a review lesson right now. And I'm not going to attach a worksheet. I'm going to try this differently. I'm going to just ask you to get a paper and a pencil. We'll make our own worksheet. We'll make our own problems. Then at the end, I really also want to show you how to send me that work. And some of you have figured that out, but if you haven't, I'm going to show you. All right? Meet me at the drawing table. All right, here we are. Now, I'm going to do mine in nice dark black ink so it shows up really nicely. Sometimes a pencil is a little light. So this is the kind of question I'm talking about. Let's say we need to add a half plus 2/5. 1/2 plus 2/5, okay? Now, the first thought you have, and I teach this every year, and 90% of the hands will shoot up in the air and tell me that this is 3/7. Okay, and then maybe one or two hands will go up and say, no, it's not. You can't add 1/2 plus 2/5 and get 3/7. That doesn't work for so many different reasons. For instance, 3/7 is less than a half. 3 is less than half of 7, and we're adding something to 1/2. Our answer should at least be more than a half. So what's the problem? The problem is we need a common denominator. Some number that we can convert halves and fifths into. Now, some of you already have probably thought of that number in your head, but let's go through the process. We would write LCD, least common denominator. Then we'll skip count by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And maybe that's high enough, maybe it's not. Let's count by fives and see if we find a number that matches. 5, 10, 15. Raise your hand if you see a number that matches. Go ahead, raise it. I know you're sitting alone, but raise it anyway. Okay, good. You. Which number? Which number is the same in both of these lists? 10. Bingo. Okay, so we need to convert halves and fifths into tenths. So let's do it. Now, one thing we did when we were doing this unit was to line it up differently. If we line it up vertically, 1/2 plus 2/5, it seems to give us a more area to do the conversion. So I need to convert the halves into tenths. Notice I left myself some room here. And the fifths into tenths. Once they're both tenths, the adding is easy. So how do I turn a 2 into a 10? That's the key. That's what I'm looking for here. And we're speaking specifically what we multiply 2 times to make 10. And that's 5 exactly. Okay, so if I multiply this denominator by 5 and this numerator by 5, I really just multiplied by 5/5, which is equal to what? 5/5 equals 1 whole. Very good. So 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5. There's your 5/10. 1/2 equals 5/10. They are equivalent. 2/5. How do I turn the 5 into a 10? Multiply by 2. Whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator, multiply by 2. There's my 4/10. So 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. So now I have 5/10 plus 4/10. And one thing we used to do while we were learning this was rewrite that. Okay, look, I want to see this way. 5/10 plus 4/10. 5 plus 4, now we just add the numerators. Do we add the denominators also? 10 plus 10 is 20? No, we don't. If we're adding 5/10 plus 4/10, 5 of these and 4 more of these is 9 of these. What are these? These are tenths. 5/10 plus 4/10 equals 9/10. Okay? You feel like you need one more example? I'll do one more quick one. And this time I'm going to set it up vertically to begin with. So let's say I have 3/4 plus, let's keep it simple, 2/3. Raise your hand if you already know what the common denominator is going to be for 4 and 3. How'd you get that? All right, well, let me look. So 4 can be turned into, let's say if we multiply by 2 we get 8, multiply by 3 we get 12, multiply by 4 we get 16ths, 20ths, yada yada, boom boom boom. 3 can be turned into 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. What's the common factor? Multiple, sorry, it's not a factor, it's a common multiple. So that's 12 for each. So make u into 12ths, you go into 12ths. Now this is starting to see a pattern here. The 3 times the 4 makes the 12. So multiply 4 on the bottom, 4 on top, 8 twelfths. 4 times the 3 makes the 12. 3 denominator, 3 numerator, 9 twelfths. So I like to see this horizontally now. 9 twelfths plus 8 twelfths equals 17 twelfths, which we don't want to leave like that. That fraction is greater than 1. Okay, so we're going to turn that into a mixed number. And I'm going to do a whole nother lesson on reviewing that because that's another weakness I've noticed in our calculations. So let's go here. 1, let's see, 17 twelfths. 12 twelfths would equal 1 whole. So 17 twelfths minus 12 twelfths is 5 twelfths. So I have 1 whole and 5 twelfths left over. 1 and 5 twelfths. Alrighty then, here is your lesson. I'll give you 4 problems to do. I'll divide this paper into 4 parts. Let's say I want you to do 3/5 plus 1/3. I would like you to do 1/4 plus 3/7. You're going to get some big denominators on some of these. Let's go with 3/8 plus 2/5. And I'll do this last one where you're going to wind up with a fraction greater than 1, just so you can practice that converting to a mixed number. So I'll start with a larger fraction. Let's start with 4/5 plus 5/6. Okay, so there's your 4 problems. Give it a shot. And I said I'm going to show you how to take a picture and send it to me. So let's do that. The first thing I need to do is with my camera, take a snapshot of this. So here we go. Now I have to bring it over to my computer. All right. Wow, that light behind is so bright. Let me close these. Little camera trick. If the light behind is too bright, you're not going to see. There I am. Hey. All right, let me turn it on. Go to Seesaw. Okay, I'll go to the activity. Now I just need to click an activity, so I've got something here. Okay, let me click Add Response, and oh shoot, that's not assigned to me. Add Response, I want to be Sample Student. Okay, when I get to this page, see all these choices over on the side? I'm going to click the camera, and I'm going to click Upload. Okay, now from the camera, this is where you got to find your picture. Okay, now this is on my computer now. The camera's on my phone. So if I wanted to pull this up on my phone, I would have the picture right in my files. Okay, so you find your picture. See, there's Mr. Chinhead. Let's say, here's my picture that I need, okay? I would click that, you know, and I could even maybe make it a little bigger. And then I would click OK, and it'll send the picture. Okay, give that a try.